guys, and welcome back to NoBlandMakeup, where we do makeup and body paint tutorials, usually with a cosplay twist, and clearly this is not a body paint, this is a hair tutorial. So I did, let me see, I did this Slave Leia bikini situation yesterday, so I'll have the video linked in the description and the cards or something. But I didn't do a hair tutorial. I wanted to do that separate just because I found that it was really hard to find actual pictures of what the back of Leia's head looked like in this particular outfit. So there you go. So if you guys enjoy this video, don't forget to subscribe to see what comes out of my channel next, and let me know what you would want to see next in the comments. I know what I'm doing, I swear. So the first thing I'm going to do is just make sure that the wig is completely brushed out, or if you're doing this on your own hair or somebody else's, you want to make sure that there are the most minimal amount of knots possible. Then you're going to section off the top portion of the hair. I would say about like 1/3 of the hair on your head, and that's going to be for the bun. Keep in mind that you want to kind of go at an angle, so that way when you're putting all this together, it's a little bit easier to hide any of the bands by, you know, where there's not so much lace there, and any like open spots you would have, I guess. I'm really bad at it. This is why I don't do hair tutorials, okay? I can do them, I can't explain what I'm doing. But basically you want to make sure that you have an easier time kind of hiding things. So if it has a little more of an angle, you can kind of fluff stuff up a little bit. If it's straight across, it makes it a little more difficult because everything has to be a little more precise. And then once your hair, or you have as much of your hair sectioned off as you want, I know my sectioning is bad, leave me alone. I'm going to brush it out one more time, and then I'm just going to secure it with a hair tie. If you want to use a rubber band too, you could. Rubber band actually, I don't know, it might be a little bit easier, but I just went with a hair tie. And you also want to kind of smooth out the hair close to where that edge is that I pointed out. That's just so this kind of looks like one cohesive piece instead of it being all sectioned off, because if you look at pictures of Leia's hair, it does look like it's just one thing that they threw. Now for the bun, from what I could tell, it's not braids that they kind of wrapped into a bun. It looked more like it was pieces that were kind of wrapped around the ponytail and kind of like just pinned together, kind of like stylized to make it look more like they did it on purpose, you know what I mean? So that's pretty much what I did. I started off by wrapping a couple base pieces around where I secured the hair tie and pinned those just with some bobby pins. And then each section, well, like maybe 2-3 sections I did just on the base, and then to kind of not make it look so like I'm just wrapping hair around the base of a ponytail, I started pinning them closer to her head, so that way it gives it a little more volume and it looks a little bit nicer. I just kind of like wrapped it around the back, pinned it, not so much when all the hair was wrapped around it, but just like to kind of have more control of where the hair was gonna land, and just kind of fluffed it up too. You can always kind of edit your hairstyle as you go. That's kind of the best idea if you ask me. I had to do this twice, by the way. First time I didn't like exactly how it came out, and then the second time it came out a lot better. It looked like this. Then I took some pieces from the side. I started off with like a third of what I have left. I decided to go with like a quarter of that, just a little bit, to kind of get this part going. I grabbed some hair from either side and I secured it with a hair tie. That way, again, this can kind of look like it's all coming like straight out of the bun. If there's another way to do it, please let me know, because this is all I could think of. But basically I did that and secured it, and then it kind of got a lot easier after that, to be honest. So once I had that piece secure, I took a little bit from the bottom of this new ponytail that I made and wrapped it around the bun. That way, again, it kind of looks like everything's kind of coming from the same place. And that's when I started finishing the rest of the braid. Now once I secured that part, then it's basically just doing a French braid. So what you would do is section parts of your hair into 3 parts, leaving just a little, like just enough to make your sections even. You're not going to take all of the hair, just 3 sections, and you're going to braid it. Each time that you start to cross one piece over the next, you're going to take a little bit more hair with it to kind of add to the braid, basically. And this is the only part that I am sure of as far as looking at different pictures of Leia and her hair, and well, trying to see the back of her head, because apparently nerds are not interested in that. Yeah, this was an argument I've had with a couple people in the last few days. But so like I said, you're gonna split the hair into 3 sections. Don't worry about taking all the hair, you're gonna be taking it all up eventually. You take your first section, I like to start on the right, and you're gonna cross it over the middle section, and you're gonna add a little bit of hair from the right side. Then you're gonna take some hair from the left section, you're gonna cross it all the way over, and then you're gonna add some more hair to that. And you keep going until you run out of hair to add to the braid, and then you're just doing a 3-strand braid, basically, all the way down. And then once you finish the tail of your braid, that's pretty much it. So the front should look something like this, kind of boring, like everything's just kind of pulled back. The back is where it's really gonna look a lot nicer. You can add, I think she had some like claw shell detail things, I don't know. So yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up, subscribe to see what comes out of my channel next, and don't forget that I do have the makeup and body paint video that goes along with this one on my channel. I'll have it linked somewhere, hopefully, if I remember. I don't know. But I'll see you guys next time. Bye!